Oh, we're not live yet. Ah, there we are. And now we are live. And now we're having they call it a fun time. Hello, everyone. And welcome to the show. It is I am me. It is Sunday. I don't know what else needs to be said, except for let's look at the underwear, which have a hole in them. But in the bottom, it's okay. They're this gray. Can I get that up there? There we go. There we can see. Isn't that nice? There's this hole you don't want to see. They're fine. They're okay. They're Calvin's, and I'm doing my best. I think I need more new underwear. I don't know what to do with because the old, my underwear isn't old in the sense that it's worn. It's old in the sense that I've worn it on the show before, and I need more show pairs. So I'm going to be working on that. That's a journey that we can all discuss together. I will say this: if you have not already, it is imperative that you do. Please go watch the latest AEW with the Dark Order on AEW's YouTube, youtube.com/AEW. The links are everywhere I can possibly put them. They're fine fellas, despite their flaws. And we uncovered a lot of flaws on this episode. And they hung with them and they accepted them. And I think that's inspirational. Not the horrible things they've done, because they've done some pretty horrible things, as discussed in the episode. But they accept it and they're trying to move past it. And for that, I really respect them. But if you want to see people dealing with the consequences of their actions and revealing what horrible people they actually are, please go watch this episode and support them despite them being so treacherous, you know. Let's talk to people. Amanda said, good morning, sir. Hello, friends. We're using the Sylvia emoji, which makes me happy. Mikey said, good morning. Kevin Featherstone said, good day, all. I was just thinking about Kevin Featherstone because someone I had trained with a long time ago named John Rambo is having a benefit show in March in Pennsylvania. And I was messaging him about it, and I looked up some of his old matches and matches from the place that they used to train where I trained, and Kevin Featherstone, I believe, taught me how to clothesline people. And it was just the weirdest building. And it's one of those odd, distinct places where you remember the smell. I couldn't tell it to you right now, but if you waved it in front of me, I'd go, that's that place. So yes, you're in my heart, Kevin. Josh said, good morning. I'm already far behind, 3 comments in. Susie said, good morning. Mike said, good morning. Christine said, good morning. She's technically awake. I was on another stream, a charity cancer thing a couple days ago, Friday. Christine made a wonderful donation, and everyone was very proud of her. Molly said hi. Sean said hello. Josh said, hey. Joe said, good morning, everyone. Not a bad way to start the day. Someone who knew Lawrence Welk was on my shirt, and I'm the only one that thinks it's a tragedy that Alf tragedy. It's a travesty and a tragedy, so that's a new word. That Alf got a figure before RJ. I've said it before. I've said it again. Alf is a scumbag. Speaking of, who else is a scumbag? Chelsea Green. If you saw my Twitter, I've asked for the money again. She definitely has it now. And she really gave a non-response. So true to her code, the grift continues. Nail said good morning. Zoel said good morning from the rumbled state of Kansas. The tension between John Silver and RJ's embrace in today's AEW was palpable. There was some genuine chemistry there, and perhaps we'll have to revisit it again. Good morning, everyone. Laura said, I'm awake, but at what cost? Allie said, good morning. Leo said, both sides, hey? Both sides. It's important to look at both sides of a clearly black and white issue. Don't look at the white. Okay, Gamer, Jessamine Duke said, well, hi, and well, hi to you. She is, there will be no video from her today to redirect to. She's undergoing a studio renovation. It's an exciting time for her. And so hang in there, and then she'll be back with nicer walls, I guess. Josh said, I wore my Hey W shirt the other day, posted a selfie, and RJ made fun of my beard. 10 out of 10. I wonder what RJ's preferred facial hair would be. My guess is John Waters' pencil-thin mustache. I do prefer it because I can't grow it. Look at this. I'm already past. This is just stubble, and I'm past the John Waters. What the hell, you know? And what does he do? Have like the world's tiniest razor and go. Speaking of AEW, I actually just checked the top sellers. The AEW mug is on the monthly bestseller list and still on the weekly bestseller list. I have no words today. I'm going to say it again. The Hey W mug is on the weekly bestseller list and the monthly bestseller list. We are hanging in there. We moved, we were off, and then we came back on. So complaining about it seems to work. I've seen the mugs. They exist. They are with AW right now because we want to start using them on set. I did not want to take one home and risk, breaking it because then it would be useless for everybody. But to my understanding, I think Sanjay might have taken a mug. Anyway, I will be back this week in Dayton. I'm heading to Dayton, baby. We're on the road. Why? Who knows? I'm on special assignment. Tom said, which action figure did you use for the background silhouette in today's episode? Oh, you must. Oh, so that if you look at the Hey W today with the Dark Order, there is an odd background, and that is a wall from the venue we were at. Something to do with concerts, and it might be a famous musician. He's like, and there's a shot from behind, and we thought, God, this is gorgeous. So we decided to incorporate it. Human Venture said, good morning. What a great way to start the morning. Also, isn't there always a hole in underwear? There is more than one. I can think of 3. Oh, no, I can think of 4. Molly said, how many pairs do you have? A lot, and then somehow also not enough. Rod said, I'm not sure if this is allowed or not, but would you mind if I shared a link raising money for animal abuse? I'm not in the mood to abuse animals. I would like to take care of them, Rod. But if you want to drop a link, sure. And I swear to God, if it's a scam, I will kick you out in 2 seconds. So we're working on the honor system here, Rod. Mikey said, my son is excited to see Evil Uno. He's decided that Uno should be his first wrestling figure. Well, isn't that great? I'm happy to be the conduit between child and evil Uno. He is very evil and not nice. All the nicety has been removed. He's just the evil part. Maria said, good morning. Human Adventure said, watch the new episode. The tension is palpable. Chris said, hey, everyone. Hey, RJ. Tiffany said, good morning. Lauren said, good morning in chat. I can't believe Chelsea Green is using the forbidden door to avoid paying you. You can still pay people. If I can tweet them, you can pay me. Piece of shit. Lauren said, good morning. Oh, I literally just read that. Leo said, I just watched a TikTok of some Irish girl reacting to the Royal Rumble. There is something about people whose whole personality is that they're a wrestling fan that I don't like. Somebody actually complimented me for my reaction videos to the sitcom intros, and they said, thank you for adding commentary and something to it, as opposed to just making faces and noises, which I feel like is what most reaction videos are, and then they get millions of views. So maybe I'm just doing it wrong. Ali said, do you agree with Dark Al's assertion that Raul is a prick? Do you feel more like I do that he's a milquetoast suitor at worst? The Phantom needs to just back up a little. The Phantom made this worse and worse and worse and worse. She didn't want to date you ever, or else she would have been hanging out in the basement the whole time, swimming through the gondola. Number one. Number two, you haunted her. You think you blackmailed her. Then you blackmailed the whole opera house. It's a little unfair. At least Raul didn't do that. He was just like, hey, remember me? I think you're cute. He's a hot guy. He's a dumb, hot guy. Let Christine enjoy what she wants. And if you want to know how well that eventually goes, I will urge you to check out the sequel, Love Never Dies, because it kind of does. Christine said, I would send underwear, but I feel weird asking what size to buy, among other things. Underwear, never mind. Yes, that's true. You could certainly get too small underwear. That's totally, totally plausible. Wistine says, hello, future AW Arcade champion. Since Uno has been on the show, will I be on AW Arcade time to game time? Who's to say? I think we all film at the same time, though. Plinkin, P. Lincoln said the only Wikipedia page for Reynolds is a reference to his tag team, the Beaver Boys. This is a crime. So hopefully we addressed how and why Alex Reynolds doesn't have a Wikipedia. Hopefully this will change today. I know people think my show is just for laughs, but I'm here to make real substantive change in the wrestling business and the greater online community. Leo said, did Kevin Featherstone pin John Cena on Raw in early 2007 due to Umaga? Yes, and he was very mean to Brittany. Aaron said, good morning. I had a job interview on Friday, but I found out I have to work Sunday mornings if I get it. So this may be my last live show for a while. Aaron, the important thing is that you're getting paid. You don't want to be destitute and in the cult. Then you're useless to everybody. Go get the money and do not look back. Make them give you every cent. I know we're not doing pennies anymore, but still. Neil said, I bet Alex Reynolds gets a Wikipedia page today, hoping this controversy section is about his association with Evil Uno, who is, if I may be so bold to say, he's a no good Nick. You know what I'm saying? American Girl said, hi, RJ. I'm neither sleeping nor working this morning. Finally. Mike said, is the March PA show in the Lehigh Valley? I believe it's in Allentown. I don't know where Allentown is in regards to that. Todd said, good morning, dear friend. Good morning to you, Todd. Nail said, Christina's the best. P. Lincoln said, Reynolds even has an IMDb page, but no wiki. It's a little suspicious. As someone who has no Wikipedia, it's very suspicious. Human Adventure said, I thought the steel underwear would be like a chastity belt. Your perversions are your own. Matt Sandy said, how does someone with the resume of RJ not have a Wikipedia page? It's all who you know. You got to rub elbows and hob and knob. However, I am on 3 pages. My picture appears in various wrestling moves. I think one where Mick Foley is giving me Sacco, and there's a couple others. It's like belly to back suplex, and it's the Blade giving me a belly to back suplex. I have no idea how those are on there, and they don't even put my name. It doesn't link to a Wikipedia. It's a scam. Jan said, you work for AEW. Why can't they book you in a match, even in Dark or Elevation? I mean, theoretically, they could. There's nothing saying they couldn't. They don't, nor do I. What do you not understand? For almost, it's been like 45 weeks now. I've been consistently putting out a string of content every week, pretty much unsupervised. And I'm going to ask for more. Are you out of your mind? Leo said, who is the creepiest old legend? I mean, I've certainly not been creeped on by anyone, I don't think. I'm lucky in the sense that I had a good experience with many of them. I will say, and this maybe doesn't fall into the category of creepy in the way you're insinuating it. I once was on a ferry with Brutus Beefcake, and he was leaning over the railing, and at that moment, I noticed he was wearing an Ed Hardy thong. So it's the one name that comes to mind. Steven said, hi again from Edinburgh. Another great episode today of Hey EW. Thank you. You're waving a black flag for some reason, but I'll take it. Human Adventure said, you've got like a felt tip marker thin mustache, and I have put a nice Sharpie under your nose. Val Pancakes is here. It's delightful. Allie said, did you watch anything interesting last night? I will recommend a show I enjoy. A lot of people are turned off by it, but I like it. It's called Paul T. Goldsman. It's very strange. I don't want to say anymore. Look it up and see if you enjoy it. Amanda said, oh my God, I'll be in Dayton too. Dayton, Ohio, lazy sunny afternoon in 1903. I can't remember who sang that song. Harry Nielsen? I don't know. Leo said, Dayton, the happiest place on earth. Oh, I love Ohio. Josh Lemley said, John Waters uses a Maybelline eyeliner pencil for his stash. What's your favorite John Waters movie? He is also one of those people that I learned about backwards. I mean, I knew of Divine and Pink Flamingos, but I think the first one I saw, and this is a pull that I really need to go back and watch, was Cecil B. Demented, which is one of his relatively more recent films. I did enjoy Hairspray. I mean, not that he had much to do with the musical, but what I enjoy, I mean, the Divine series is more of a statement than, I guess, cinema in the sense that I would enjoy it. What I enjoy about John Waters the most is his quotes and interviews and his books and the overall demeanor there. That always sells it a lot more to me. But in that case, I would have to go with Pink Flamingos, Hairspray, Cecil B. Demented. SM said, RJ, any chance you'll be on the road with AW next week? Yes, and I'm reiterating this. I will be in Dayton. Why? Do I have anything planned? No, but I'll be there. Nail said, I think you should be able to claim you were the best kisser in AW now. Silver clearly forfeited. I have a feeling this contest isn't over. Leo said, are you looking forward to Alex Reynolds' action figure so people can use another head instead of Colin Delaney for RJ City's custom figure? Not if it's the Alex Reynolds with a beard. Then you're stuck with Colin and you have no choice. Michelle Von Kill said, Raul Julius City. Scott Ian is not the lead singer of Anthrax. He is lead guitar. Joey Belladonna is the lead singer and still has a beautiful head of hair. Fucking whatever. It's Anthrax. Whatever. He's the Anthrax guy to me. He's the only one I remember. And if he doesn't sing, fine. Christine said Silver is a tease. Matt Andy said, I watched You Cannot Kill David Arquette yesterday. It was good. Multiple people have messaged me that they watched it like within the past week, and I don't know why. Rod Johnson said, no actual link, just a reference to today's fantastic Hey W. Well, good. And donate to your local animal shelter. So Sierra said, good morning, everyone. I start traveling for the Jericho cruise tomorrow, and I haven't even started packing yet. One bikini, and you just ride it out to the bitter end. Jan said, I watch AEW and listen to Jim Cornette. Why is Corny so critical of AEW? Because he needs people to click on his podcast, so he takes the contrary opinion to popular things. It's hate watch. It's hate views. It's like the lowest common denominator of any sort of social pop culture criticism ever. So, I don't know. So why are you listening to it? It would be the question. Rod said, I really thought that the background silhouette was a church praise picture. If that confirms your faith, then it is. Why was there so many crotch chops last night? You know, sometimes I just walk around the house pointing to my penis. It's a very popular thing to do. Val said, my whole personality is being a wrestling fan at this point. So sorry. That's why I flew to Florida for the dark tapings and an indie show. The dark tapings always seem like fun. I was only at 2 of them, and I really want to go back. David Arquette is here. What? Since when? Good morning. Good morning to you. Everyone's happy. Miss Sandy said Night Court episode 3 wasn't too bad. I'm sure I disagree. Everyone's saying good morning to David. Leo said, you know how wrestlers do gear based on old wrestling attires? I want someone to do one based on Shawn Michaels' brown Survivor Series 2002 gear. I'm your guy. Oh, my God. No, it's an homage. Oh, okay. I like it. David said, I think we should all send him our own underwear regardless of size. And, you know, David has tremendous legs. There's a thickness, but there's a leanness there. He's got to wear extra large underwear just to get over his calves. Human Invention said, RJ, you literally posted something earlier this week about doing shit your way. We all like that. The other shit is just bandwagon to get views. Well, not everything else. So there's other people. Leo said, not many things more annoying than your whacker hanging out the sides of your underwear under your trousers. Oh, boy, I hear you. It happens all the time. Amanda said, I show up on time to events. Can I take Allison Rosen's backstage pass? She blew it. She's still dealing with it. She was like, is this a bit? And I was like, is you showing up late a bit? No, it's real. I was like, well, she's trying her best. David said, I've been kicked out of cults. It's no fun. Take it from a man who knows. And he's made his way to this one. A real cult connoisseur, this guy. He hasn't met a cult he doesn't like for some god-awful reason. Wistine said, if the Forbidden Door opens back up, will you run into a Royal Rumble to beat Chelsea Green's record? I just want $10 back. I'm not shooting for the stars here. Leo said David was kicked out of Herbalife, and that's why he's so gaunt looking. Nail said, we will never kick you out, David. We would kick out RJ before we kick you out. I guess it's not my cult. I understand. David said, this is a man that needs a Wikipedia page. Yeah, and David has one. And he even mentioned his role as David Slackmere on Blossom. And I can't get a Wikipedia page. I sound like Red Buttons. And even he couldn't get a Wikipedia page. This is my new bit, David. I'm going to be like Red Buttons on the Dean Martin roast. Moses on the mount, he came down. He said, I have some things for you to do. If you want to listen, great. If not, turn around. And he didn't get a Wikipedia page. Chris said, there's a reason why Gabe Kaplan couldn't get a Wikipedia page. Chris said there's a reason why teachers tell students not to rely on Wikipedia as opposed to the rest of the reliable internet. Susie said, Hey W isn't just a show. It features wrestlers in a different setting with an exceptional host, and that's what makes it so entertaining. Thank you for supporting it. Joe said, love the Stephanie Chase interview. If you could revive one show with the original cast, what would it be? Taxi, because I think they seem to be very bitter when they were kicked off of ABC. It was a changeover thing, and I don't think they liked it. Miss Sandy said, RJ's Wikipedia page should obviously have a section dedicated to calling out awful people such as Mark Ruffalo, Alf, and Stanley Tucci. Didn't we add someone else to the list? Oh, Hugh Grant last week. You know, things happen so fast in this world. Speaking of booking a match, said Leo, has Allie Katch booked the match against you in GCW yet? No, she hasn't, and no, she won't. She's too busy watching my work. David Arquette said, Tony Atlas? Foot fetish, but not that alone is creepy. Fair enough. And I think for a guy who has a, ardent foot fetish, he's probably as non-confrontational and creepy about it as you can be. Within the realm, he's accepted it. He's open. He wants to be public. Let the man be public. Let him enjoy it anyway. He's not sending it to you. He's putting it out there. You're the one following him. David said, RJ needs a Brutus Beefcake thong for this show. Ed Hardy, I think, is probably very expensive. Aaron said, I'm making Brutus Beefcakes. Ooh, I'm making Brutus the Beefcakes from the WWE cookbook tonight, and I hope you wear your Ed Hardy thong while you do it. It's the only way to make them. Neil said, I can't believe it's almost time for Ask RJ, and I can't think of any questions. Do we know everything about you? Well, if you've reached the end of the line, it's totally fine. Leo said, Marty Jannetty is definitely creepy. Remember the thing about wanting to bang his daughter? I don't think that was an actual thing. I'm not defending him. I just don't think. But he has an odd wall. Nell said, Aaron, please post him online somewhere for us to see. Aaron has an Instagram. She has a whole Instagram for cooking every recipe in the entire book. Tell everyone the Instagram so people can follow it. I follow it. I just don't remember what it is. Namek Sid said Serial Mom is my favorite Waters film. That's another one I totally forgot about. Mike said, thanks so much for the cameo, by the way. My wife and I both love it, which is so sweet. I'm happy to do it. I have another one to do after this. Aaron said the Instagram is at kayfabe.foodbabe. Instagram. Chrissy said favorite Divine movie? Probably again, Pink Flamingos. Zubin said, Crybaby is one of my favorite quotes. You've made me the happiest juvenile delinquent in Baltimore. Some wonderful lines in pretty much all of his movies, even the bad ones. Leo said, some of these custom figure folks are very talented at how to remove beards on figures. Would you shave an Alex Reynolds action figure? Human Adventure said, I hung out with a friend from Cincy this week. He was supposed to have Renee Paquette on his show, and she backed out the day of. She is now Tucci to me. Well, I knew she was a scumbag. Rod said, I once sat behind Scott Ian from Anthrax at a Don Rickles show in Vegas. And you know something? Scott Ian is not the lead singer of Anthrax. American Girl said, Scott Ian sings and raps. Okay, so fucking give me a break. Leo said, will you get the Vern Gagne action figure? I've absolutely thought about it. If there's a Bockwinkel, I'll be in for sure. Machete Von Kill said, I still love you, RJ, even if you don't love Anthrax. What do I need to love everybody? Jesus. Neil said, I love you. RJ said, you don't need to love everybody. Miss Sandy said, Scott Ian told me a really good Sam Kinison story. Is he going to get mad at me now? Stephen Clark said, it was supposed to be the Saltire flag on my earlier comment, but for some reason, YouTube changed it to a black flag. Oh, well, because they don't like your nation. They're slandering you. Leo said, I haven't listened to Corny for years. I recommend it. Cut him in all these Marky Tit making shitty wrestling videos on YouTube. And if the new Twitter algorithm has taught you anything, the more you engage with people you hate, the more of their stuff you'll see, which tells you exactly what that game is. And hopefully it wakes people up to not promote the stuff, indirectly, of course, the things you don't like. You really, look, if there's egregious things, and there's certainly other ways to comment on them without indirectly promoting people's shit, I guess. Neil said, did you get the chance to hang out with Dalton at the last show? I did. He showed up basically unannounced. He was there, I guess, to support the Briscoes. Uh, the match with Mark and Jay Lethal, he was there for that, and then he just showed up like halfway through the show. I was like, oh my god, he didn't tell me he was coming. American Girl said, RJ, I would only be able to sing you Victoria's Secret underwear. Would you wear those? Yes, for a higher price. Michael said, how dare you no-sell the Dark Order? I infiltrated them, and I blew them up from the inside. SM said, I'm triggered by all of the Wikipedia talk. Nail said she wants to see people's cruise photos. I don't know, whatever. Zubin said, I'm not on it, so I'm upset. Zubin, and even the Jericho Cruise didn't get a Wikipedia page. Zubin said, I'm here for the Dean Martin roast reference. Todd said, isn't there an RJ? There isn't an RJ themed lunchbox already? That will come after the mug sells out. Leo said, after talking about music and lyrics last week, somebody sent me the song from the movie out of nowhere last week. Isn't that serendipitous? Matt Sandy said, you can't beat a good Red Buttons reference. Leo said, Chelsea Green has a Wikipedia page. Aaron said, don't forget to like the video, friends. Positively, he said, Cornette is jealous because AEW outlasted his Smoky Mountain Outlaw mug show. I'm going to do a critical podcast about that. Human Venture said, we also added Michael Keaton last week to the list due to putting Courtney in the corner back seat of the car. Nobody puts Courtney in the corner except Batman and except me because she owes me a cappuccino. Val said, can we update Chelsea's Wikipedia page to show that she owes RJ $10? I mean, it's true. Who's in charge? There's got to be someone. There's 87 people watching this right now. One of you has to have an in to Wikipedia. Fred said, greetings and salutation. RJ said his underwear and coffee mug. Hello to you. SM said, you know Cornette is on the list, right? No, he's not even on the list because, as I've said, he's just off. He's just, no, he's just not even on the list. Chris said, ABC was really trigger happy with canceling shows back in the day, kind of like how NBC was for a while in the 2000s. Yes, and there's a odd Saturday Night Live. It's like a cold open where Danny DeVito blows up the ABC building. It doesn't age well, but their heart was ultimately in the right place. Amanda said, watching a show, there was a funny sign that said, Tribal Queef. Anyone else cast? That's what I used to be called. It was a long time ago. Leo said, maybe for $10, Chelsea will help you set up your Wikipedia page. I have a feeling she's not really a reliable and or useful person. Human Avenger said, okay, this is an early out for me. Got to get my oil changed. Again, my perversions are my own. Nell said he's not worthy enough to be on the list. It should be a given. Amanda said, are you home, though? Because present. I do not have the present yet. I will get it soon. Fred said, Stanley Tucci loves you, RJ. That's his fucking problem. Mike said, didn't Marty Jannetty confess to killing someone recently? Again, he has a very interesting Facebook wall. Sandy said, yesterday was the 30th anniversary of Andre the Giant's death, although Wikipedia has the date wrong. I've heard from a reliable source that Andre was hot, which I wonder if that's included in his Wikipedia. Amanda said, P.S. The outfit on Hey W was awesome. Thank you. Soraya said I wear the same outfit every episode, and I got angry. And your facial hair today is beautiful. Thank you. She said nothing about my facial hair. Jan said, if you had an opportunity to be a part of a legendary wrestling faction, which would it be? The NWO, the Horsemen, DX, the Hart Foundation, or something else? I thought I would have been great with FTR. I don't know if they're a faction in that sense. Otherwise, maybe Power and Glory, hanging out with Slick. That would have been a fun time. Rod said Scott Ian is married to Meatloaf's daughter, Pearl. Pearl Loaf and Scott Ian are married. Isn't that amazing? Leo said Vern Gagne is the fourth member of the NWO instead of $1 Million Man. And then they really take off and sell shirts. SM said, my boss was out last week. It was wonderful. Too bad she returns tomorrow. Kevin said, Scott Ian has a good guitar tone. Love the, System of a Down stuff. See, I know my music. Leo said, I always feel weird about New Jack being viewed as a hero, but he's actually a terrible human being. People often are conflicted with things and people. They resonate with the work of them. You see them in pop culture and things, obviously. Many actors and musicians, and can you separate the art and the artist? This is a question that maybe has a different answer for everybody and every person. and every piece of art they're consuming. Aaron said, I assure you all, I did not type the word friends aggressively as it was just performed. Oh, I received the tone. David said, maybe Johnny Queefer will trend because of the tribal queef, lest we forget that David played the role of Johnny Queefer twice in Son of the Beach, the Howard Stern Baywatch parody. One episode was definitely called Queefer Madness, and I can't remember the episode, but it's good. Chris said, I mean, I get DeVito having a craw about his show being canceled. However, that cold open would absolutely not fly today. It was a different world. It was met with laughter and applause. And that's pretty much it. Christine has gifted 5 memberships as I press my coffee. Incredibly sweet of her. Kevin Featherstone has a membership. Zubin, Leo, Squirrel has a membership, which is so sweet. And Brandon O was gifted a membership. Enjoy them. Thank you, Christine. Amanda said, I just need a song for you today. Your choice. Always appreciate a good papa, though. All right. Will you walk around Wednesday before the show? Probably not. I don't think I'm just allowed to loiter anywhere. Oh, God. What song should I sing? Let me look. Let me think and let me look. Give me a second. You make me feel so young. You make me feel like spring is sprung. Every time I see you grin, I'm such a happy individual the moment that you speak. I want to go and play hide and seek. I want to go and bounce the moon just like a toy balloon, because you and I are just like a couple of tots walking around the meadow, picking up all those forget-me-nots. You make me feel so young. You make me feel there are songs to be sung, bells to be rung, and a wonderful spring to be sprung. And even when I'm old and gray, I'm going to feel the way I do this here day, because you make me feel so young. It was You Make Me Feel So Young by Scott Ian. Nail said, if Alex Reynolds becomes embroiled in a heist, I may struggle to separate that scoundrel behavior from the artist. That is a good old-fashioned heist. That is art. Chris said, high anxiety today? Yes, which you can purchase, dear Lord, at rootlesscoffee.com. Amanda's using the Sylvia emoji. Squirrel Squad said, I'm just Squirrel now. We are on a first name basis. Well, and it is also just you. Kind of really, the squad part is dubious. Laura said, Christine, you should get an RJ themed cape. SM said, let's see if you really know Sis Madame. Please sing Chop Suey. Please look up the lyrics. Fucking shit. Okay. Chop Suey lyrics, of course. Wake up, grab a brush and put a little makeup. Hide the scars to fade away. The shake up, hide the scars to fade away. Why'd you leave the keys upon the table? Here you go, create another fable. You wanted to grab a brush and put a little makeup. You wanted to hide the scars to fade away. The shake up, you wanted to. Why'd you leave the keys on the table? You wanted to. I don't think you trusted my self-righteous suicide. Ba-dum-ba-ba. I cry when angels deserve to die. Wake up, grab a brush and put a little makeup. Hide the scars to fade away, the scars to fade away, the shake up. Why'd you leave the keys upon the table? Here you go, create another fable. Die, you wanted to. Grab a brush and put a little makeup. Hide the scars to fade away, the shake up. Why'd you leave the keys upon the table? I don't think you trust my self-righteous suicide. I cry when angels deserve to die. And my self-righteous suicide, I cry when angels deserve to die. This is the call and response. Father, Father, a Father, a Father, a Father, a Father. Father, a Father, Father, into your hands I commend my spirit. Father, into your hands, where you have forsaken me, and your eyes forsaken me, and your thoughts forsaken me, and your heart forsaken me. Oh, trust in my self-righteous suicide. I cry when angels deserve to die. In my self-righteous suicide, I cry when angels deserve to die. Scoobity-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. That was chop suey. Not really too much about the food in there, like I had originally thought. We loved it. We love that song. We really do. Big fan of Scott. Leo said, didn't you say there was a guy that used to go to wrestling shows and watch porn on a portable DVD player? Yes. He had a big binder of DVDs and was wrestling and porn, and he would just sit and he would have it playing while the show was going on. Jan said, RJ, you need to do a song and dance segment like what Chris Jericho did with MJF. How about I just do my own stuff? Steven said, loving all the love for Scotty and Anthrax in general. Let's not forget they appeared on an episode of Married with Children, too. Good for them. Leo said, since WWE had the Mountain Dew match, which matches would you like to see based on soft drinks? I suggested last night the Boku Juice Box match. I would be incredibly interested in doing that. Miss Andy said, I'm currently burning a damn fine... Oh, and it would be held at the Capri Sun Dome. Miss Andy said, I'm currently burning a damn fine candle from Rootless Coffee. I love that. You know, Rootless has this odd Venn diagram of, like, you have to like coffee, me, Danhausen, and Twin Peaks. Christine said, what is this? Candy said, I'm so glad I hopped on right in time for the System of a Down version. Everyone seemed to enjoy the show. It's a catchy one. Aaron said, got to clip this out for my morning alarm. Sean said, this is wonderful. Amanda said, fuck, can't wait for the short of this. Nails said, Rob is crying laughing at this. Maybe the words have touched him. Please check on him. Dave said, how much high anxiety do you have? Do you keep a case of it? Well, you don't keep a case of coffee. No, you want to get it as fresh as possible. That's really the best thing to do. If it's my brand of coffee, is it the only one you're allowed to drink? No, you don't just, that's like wearing your own shirt all the time. I want to explore and change and support others the same way they've supported me. Rob said, system of a cabaret. System of cabaret, old chum. System of cabaret. Everyone seemed to really enjoy this. So Sierra, Issy, Amanda, SM. Thank you, everyone, for enjoying. Andrea liked it. Thank you so much. Really. It really resonated with everyone. Thank you so much. Amanda has tears in her eyes. Toxic said, I didn't realize System of a Down could sound like show tunes till this moment. Anything can if you do it right. Amanda is dead, which is, I think, the point of the song. Rob said, this has no right to be as jivey and as good as it is. It's a good one. Christine has cackled. Squirrel Squad said, can we get the RJ City versions of songs on Spotify? Not without a massive lawsuit. Rod said, please include that RJ sings the lounge version of System of a Down on the Wikipedia page. And even System of a Down didn't get a Wikipedia. Kurt said, quick hello while I'm in work. I'm off next Sunday for the first time in 2 months, and I'll tune in. Thank you. You look great. So much wonderful content this week. Thank you. God bless. That's so sweet. What a nice drive-by compliment. Fred said, AEW's own Kruna. Extraordinary. Does anyone remember? Maybe I'm going too deep. There's a wonderful cartoon with these chubby owls. I love to sing about the moon and the June and the springer. I love to sing and it's a baby owl that's born, and his father, his German Fritz Owl, I believe is his name, wants his son to be a classical musician and singer, and he wants to just sing about the moon and the June and the springer. I love to sing you, yeah, and the father yells, you Krona, pui, and I think he spits at him as he throws him out the door. Leo said, have you considered selling Hey W underwear since you already have the mug? Baby steps. We got one shirt as a test. It did well. We got the other shirt as a test. It did well. Then we got the mug. And the mug, I think, is doing better than both shirts. So let's keep this train rolling, shall we? Molly said, if you could sing any AEW star's entrance while they walk to the ring, who would you choose? Well, I mean, there's no lyrics, but I love Ricky Stark's theme. I think I want to, and I've messaged Mikey Ruggers about this before. I think I want to write lyrics for the ones that don't have any lyrics. and then we can do covers of them. Nail said, what happened with about you and Ruckus working on some show tunes? I don't know. I'm like, I'm in, let's do it. And then nothing. So blame him. Christine said, I want to request a song, but I don't think anything can follow Jazzy System of a Down. That's what we call in this business a showstopper. Leo said, RJ will be making his debut in a Nescafe nightmare match in AEW. The loser has to drink out of a pod. Rod said that singing owl was named Owl Jolson. Yes, and then he showed his card. He was at a talent show that was being hosted by Jack Bunny. I remember. I've watched that a million times. Fred said, my retired RJ City mug will never be used. Leave the memories alone. Amanda said, win. Rob said, the next merch should be a little hockey stick with a mini Hey W sign stuck to it. Maybe there's an action figure accessories. You don't even need me, but it should be a little set. Although nothing really happens. It's where your action figures go to rest when they're done fighting, ultimately. I think that's the thing here. Amanda said, Ruckus said, stay tuned to me, and I've stayed tuned. Well, I haven't worked on anything, so don't hold your breath, too. Jan said, RJ City, any thoughts on Top Dollar? No. Christine said, I don't want RJ to sue me, though. That's a whole thing. David Arquette said, Hey W underwear, where the ew is on your junk. If you are into BDSM, like, that's your thing. And I suggest you talk to Tony Atlas about how to properly embrace your fetish. Rod said, I mean, eventually one of the guests will attack you. We're almost 50 episodes in. Josh said, we need a giant foam finger style Hey W sign. Well, I think it would be weird. Oh, maybe they just put a block on their hands. Leo said, what about a Herbalife Hell match? Can't imagine Billy Corgan booking that. It's two wrestlers, and the way that they win is that they have to get another two wrestlers. And if those two wrestlers each get another two wrestlers, you understand where this is going. Mike said that Neon Soda match was awful last night. I had Boku, and I loved it. Amanda said, we need a Hey W hoodie, though. Well, tell them. Tweet them. What do you want from me? I'm not a seamstress. Amanda said, I don't want to have to buy the shirt and make my own. Well, you can do that in the meantime. Nail said, Satnam came close to attacking me. Well, he did certainly destroy property. David said, on-air signs for sale. That's a lot, I think, for them. I don't think they're in the on-air sign business to properly source and make their own. We clearly got it from somewhere, but they're working on it. Jen said, we need an RJ City wrestling buddy. Yeah, who just sits there. Rob said, maybe folded pieces of white paper for merch. I'll just be selling my notes on the street before the show. Leo said, I cannot get over how uncomfortable I was attending a Herbalife meeting after being led into and not knowing what it was. Leo is suffering from Herbalife PTSD. He brings it up like it's one of those things he can't let go. David Kaplan said, good morning, muzzle tough to you. Why do you hate the Pink Ranger? Explain. Well, a couple years ago, more than a couple, I was doing a web series on CBC called The Cynical Crafter, which you can watch by typing in The Cynical Crafter. And it was going well. And we started incorporating guests. Fred Penner was one. Scott Russell from CBC Sports. Some nice people. And with Wendy, she does DIY crafting kind of stuff. And we thought, gee, it would be great to get the one who played the Pink Ranger, the original, Amy Jo Johnson. She was in Toronto. Either she lives there or she was filming something here. And it would be great. So we contacted her or her people. I didn't speak to her. And she was in. She's like, great. I'd love to do it. Works. You know, they can plug whatever the hell they want to plug. And great. And we set the date and I wrote it. And it was, I can't remember. We were making these pendants. These like, you know, you put them in an oven. They kind of like bake them and they come out as like these little pendants and whatever. I wrote a whole thing. And my prop person made all the props, and like it was like the day before, and she backed out, and that was just like a shitty thing to do. So as penance, she's gonna hear about it now for the rest of her life, unless she doesn't follow me, then she'll never hear about it again. So I hope that's a good enough reason for you, David. Squirrel Squad said, I think if AW can have a Cracker Barrel match, the possibilities are endless for branded matches. That one was the best, though. Fred said, any Van Velzen coming again to Rootless Coffee? You never know. It may very well one day. SM would totally buy my notes. David Arquette said, maybe we could have an on-air sign in the audience of a show that lights up. It's just a lot, David. It's a lot of money involved here. And you have to have a person man it and security around it so nobody pokes it. Messani said, we need Fantasio to return to challenge David Arquette to a magic match. David Arquette does know some magic. He doesn't do it, but he knows it. Josh said, Fred Penner, what a get. I got to watch this. I have so much stuff out there. People are like, this is amazing, but it doesn't, and then they don't know about it. Midnight said, I had an idea where RJ plays every character in AW, like the family therapy segment with Acclaimed and Guns. What? Christine said, I would buy the notes too. It's just a list of jokes, and then some are scratched out. Amanda said, I would pretty much buy anything RJ was selling. Thank you. Nell said, the Cracker Barrel match was fun as it felt tongue-in-cheek, but the Mountain Dew Pitch Black match made me cringe. But maybe that was the point. Maybe it was that gross-out style of... Ali said, Cynical Crafter was great. We need more glitter. Maybe a Cynical Crafter AW crossover. Yeah, that's never happening. Christine said, I'm glad RJ doesn't do whatnots. They are my kryptonite. I'm so unfamiliar with them. Amanda said, see, I'm the opposite of that. All right. Look, your opinions on Mountain Dew are going to vary. Laura said, I really need more Hey W merch released at the same time. Every time I get one thing, another thing I want gets released. Maybe I will write a strongly worded letter. Well, they're not going to put out a whole line at once. It's a drip, drip, drip marketing scheme, I believe. It's not a scheme. It's not a scam. It's a system. Jan said, what is your favorite coffee? Have you tried Kopi Luwak or cat poop? I did have monkey poop with David. It was the first time we ever had coffee, and it wasn't so hot. I like a good Stumptown. I think the Stumptown is nice. A nice hair bender. Chris said, one time during my mandatory weekend visits to my old man's place, I was in the middle of watching TV. Then all of a sudden my dad says, we're going out. Turns out it was a MLM thing for healthy soda. Look, whatever gets him out of the house. Mass Andy said, since Red Buttons is a topic today, did you like Pete's Dragon? The original, of course. No, I didn't like that animation. I found it it didn't resonate with me at all. Children going on medieval fantasies, not my bag. Amanda said, Midnight said, I like RJ plays a therapist, RJ plays a lawyer, RJ plays a doctor. I haven't played anything so far. Amanda said, sorry, no more last night talk. Nell said, people sitting drinking it at the press conference. Again, Mountain Dew, it's up to you if you want to do it. Even though Britt Baker once told me I looked like I would drink it. I just denounced it completely. Rod has a 60-second scene. The ad executive pitching the pitch black match to Mountain Dew. Okay. Guys, wrestling fans, right? They're at a show. They're hot. They're under the hot light. Okay? Sweating. Wrestlers sweat. Fans sweat. Sweating is a loss of what? Fluids. So what are they going to need? More fluids. And what's the most hydrating fluid we can think of? A dark, artificially colored, artificially sweetened carbonated soda. Okay, well, I have other ideas. The Boku juice box match, and the loser, you lose by being forced to drink through a straw. What about that? Or first to open a Capri Sun wins. That's not bad. I could take it to lesser companies, and we could do like an RC Cola match. It's something to think about. Or maybe, perhaps, we do like a battle royal, and we put the numbers inside the lid of a Snapple, and you got to shake it, and then you and then go like that, and then the Snapple lady. Remember the Snapple lady? We get her if she's still alive. Something for everyone to think about. But think about the Boku. If we put the Boku on Roku, now we're getting somewhere. I'll see you gentlemen in the morning. There you go. Hope that's what you wanted. Joe said, dream tag match. You and David escorted by Tony Shalhoub, love him, versus the Pink Ranger and Chelsea Green with Alf in their corner. That will cost more than $10. Leo said, the never-ending story was very boring. Thank you. Finally, bunch of horse murderers. David said, I would be remiss not to mention, yes, the Bash at Bootsie's for Healthy Humor in West LA, February 22nd. Please come out. Healthy Humor is a wonderful organization that David works with. They bring clown to children in hospitals. It makes them happy. It helps them heal better. They do a wonderful job. They are delightful people. I have met them, and they are doing a fundraiser. They are hobbing and nobbing in Los Angeles, which is very good for them. And David has been kind enough to give them a little boost at his fine establishment. That, of course, being Bootsy Bellows. If you're in the Los Angeles area, and some of you should be, go to Bootsy's. You will enjoy it. You will see David. You will see perhaps some clowns, and you'll do something that's nice. Pam said, hi, everyone. I want to pop in and say happy Sunday, and I hope you all have a great week. Middle of mom duties today. God bless you, little one. David's sending love. Freshly Pranked said, olive oil is the most terrifying. Olive oil. Did I miss this? Olive oil is the most hydrating, in my opinion. I'll say so. It's great for your skin. Miss Annie said, I stopped drinking soda about 10 years ago. The last soda that I had was a Mellow Yellow at a Cracker Barrel. Kevin said, his olive oil is what Greek athletes drink. Well, it comes out of their pores, too, so it's good to replenish. Joe said, Richard Lewis in the Bogu commercials was my favorite. Christine wants Town Without Pity, and I don't mind at all. Town Without Pity. I love this song so much. When you're young and so in love as we, and bewildered by the world you see, why do people hurt us so? Only those in love would know what a town without pity can do. If we stop to gaze upon a star, people talk about how bad we are. Ours is not an easy age. We're like tigers in a cage. What a town without pity can do. The young have problems, many problems. We need an understanding heart. Why don't they help us? Try to help us before this clay and granite planet falls apart. Take these eager lips and hold me tight, fast. I'm afraid this kind of joy can't last. How can we keep love alive? How can anything survive when these little minds tear you in two? What a town without pity can do. No, tear you in two. Oh, what a town without pity can do. And then there's a solo. How can we keep love alive? How can anything survive when these little minds tear you in two? What a town without a pity can do. This is the big finish. No, it isn't very pretty what a town without pity can do. That is the best part. That is it's worth it just to get there. Makes me very happy. David said, that was for the Healthy Humor plug. Oh, we sent it. Donate that to Healthy Humor. What the hell is wrong with you? You're missing the direction. Oh, God. Well, thanks. Jesus. Amanda said, I'm making a trip to Erie today because I left my jacket and boots in my hotel last weekend, but I'll be going to Wegmans, the most amazing store ever. Set the bar low, Amanda. Leo wants the never-ending story on the list. I don't know if it was offensive. It just wasn't very good. David said that. Oh, yeah. Okay. We already just read that. Amanda said, David said, it's for charity, but you get drinks if you buy a ticket. That's not a bad deal, I must say. Amanda said, seriously, we don't deserve you. Or, well, whatever. Fred said, crooner extraordinaire. Laura said, David, was that $10 to get Chelsea Green off the hook? No, it was for supporting healthy humor and their Bootsy Bellows bash. Chelsea can pay for herself. Mia said, RJ, have you visited San Antonio? Any places you suggest today? It's my last day here before I go home. I was in San Antonio, and I was in the hotel, and I was at the arena, and that was it. David said, bravo, RJ. Thank you. Christine loved it. Freshly Pranked said he's been serenaded. Nail said he's good at not bursting out and dance. Well, the energy is internalized here. Amanda said that was lovely. Positive E said, oh, good. Now I'm ripping off a charity. Now I'm worse than Eva Luna. I mean, horrible revelations today about Eva Luna. American Girl said that song is on the original Hairspray soundtrack. I did not realize that. Zoel said, wow, where did the hour go? Have a great week, cultist. Leo said, how do you feel about crabs, octopus, and lobster since you hate spiders? Better. I will eat crab, I'll eat octopus and lobster, but I don't want to stare at them for too long. Amanda said, go birds. I don't know what that has to do. There's a go birds. Neil said, after today, nobody is worse than Evil Uno. And if you do not know why, you have to watch the latest AEW and you will be aghast. Amanda said, sorry, Zoel. She's sorry. I'm sorry. You know, we're all ultimately sorry. David said, I love ordering crab, but I hate eating them. I have forgiven David for that time I paid for crab legs that he didn't eat because he did so well on Celebrity Family Feud. Again, money going to charity. I'm really raising a lot for charity lately. Leo said, Go Birds is a racist MLM, a sham. And if anyone knows about a string of shams, it's Leo. What are we talking about? Is this football? Who gives a shit? We're talking about red buttons and a town without pity. Nell said, RJ, I've become a massive fan of Prince Nana in the past few weeks. Have you ever been for a shrimp cocktail with him? But I haven't. But I'm such a big fan of his too. And I would love to. I would love to get him on the show too. He's a sweet guy. Christine said, I'm a charitable man. Sure. Gina said, I'm going to have to pay for internet on the ship. I don't want to miss this next week. Somebody, while this is going on, somebody should run up to Jericho and shove it to him. See if he'll join the spaces. David said, RJ, have you seen RRR? I don't know what that is, David. And I've been told we can't say the R word, and it looks like there's 3 of them there. So I hope that's not one of them. Fred said Red Buttons was a Bengals fan, and even the Bengals didn't get a Wikipedia. Rob said, how do I get my name in the green? If you are, you have to become a member. And if you are watching, I believe, I don't know if you can do it from the mobile app, but definitely on the website here, if you're watching on YouTube and the website, there should be a join button at the bottom, and it will have all the information you need. Ramblings of a Dying Soul said, once again, I'm so appreciative for the distraction after taking chemo on Sunday mornings. I'm happy I could help, and I'll warn you, don't watch the latest AEW with the Dark Order. Evil Uno is not helping your cause at all. Rob said, do you get tired of reading all these comments? Yes, that's why I shut this off in 2 minutes. Neil said, I'll tweet asking for Prince Nana on AEW. He's a gem. We may get some con by default. Well, I assume he would show up with the whole crew. Kevin Featherstone said, I've got a Wikipedia. I didn't write it. Who did? How are these things getting made? And why am I not privy to this community? Nell said, yeah, the browser, not the app. Go on the browser and then you can join. American Girl said, RJ, sadly, I spent the day in the ER yesterday. Any recovery tips for taking falls on the floor? You hydrate, you eat, you rest, you try to keep moving. You don't want to just be bedridden. You know, obviously, if you have a bruise or something wrong with you, you work around that. But you want to still exercise what you can. Keep the blood flowing. David said, RJ, would you ever do a 24-hour telethon? Yes. For the right amount of money. Yes. Freshly Prank said, write your own Wikipedia then, RJ. You don't know how it works. That's not how it works. Everyone's sending good vibes to Rambling. He really took over this stream and is a little rude. Amanda said, what a lovely week. Thanks for being you, RJ. Sure, thanks. Neil said, Wikipedia have people who approve their pages and they don't like outsiders making them. Yeah, you basically can't. Aaron said, love you all. Everyone remember to like RJ's videos until I return. Watch me embarrassingly back just next week. Things are going to go awry, Aaron. Leo said, would you rather work with Alec Baldwin or Stanley Tucci? Well, one does not know when we're shooting and one does not know when we're rolling. Leo said, I wonder how an episode of Hey W would be with Chelsea Green as a guest. Well, that will never happen. Even when I was doing stuff in WWE, I was like, hey, what about Chelsea Green? They're like, no. David Arquette said, love you all. Oh, so great. Yeah, enjoy the charity. Oh, I'm going to see this is weeks and weeks before the charity. We'll plug it again. The Bash at Bootsy. Fred said, love you, most of you, except Stanley Tucci. Nail said, fuck Wikipedia. David said, RJ on SNL in 2024, coming from a guy who's only been sporadically on Mad TV. All right, everyone, that is the show. Go buy the shirts and the mugs. And most importantly, go watch the latest Hey W with the Dark Order. Like, comment, share, support those fine people. Let's get a final look at these. Do they work? Yeah, okay, you get the gist. That works. And until next time, Godspeed.